After I had finished my filming, I then had to obviously edit my film, and this is where a lot of media technologies come into use and a lot of media processes happened, such as exporting the film and uploading the shots onto iMovie first of all, and then exporting them onto Final Cut Express to actually produce and edit my final short film. This took a few weeks to produce, and also I've had previous experience with Final Cut Express before, so I was fairly confident in using it, and I also found out a couple of extra effects I hadn't used beforehand, and I was also used the cutting tool quite a lot and a lot of transitions that I repeated over and over again. And also in my editing stages comes the sound, and I spent a lot of time on GarageBand creating a soundtrack for my film. I haven't previously done this before. I didn't do it last year for my opening sequence. This was all very new to me. I've only ever had a basic knowledge of what GarageBand can do. So by using this, I figured out that you can change when the certain instruments fade in or fade out, and you can change the pitch of them all and the volume of certain tracks which appear on the left hand side, and all of this was very useful for me, very new but very useful, and I was on GarageBand for most of my time during the editing, trying to get it right, trying to get it to link well in timing with my actual short film. Within this I did have to cut out a lot of certain tracks. This is why it took so long, because I was trying to get the timings completely right, and whilst I was creating the soundtrack I was also editing my short film, cutting little snippets out of here. Obviously, because there was no dialogue, I heavily relied on my score, my soundtrack I had created, to work well within my short film and to present the genre of a thriller and to create the tension and suspense needed in my target audience. And I feel it has done that very well. It includes a lot of sombre and melancholy sounds, but then also little bursts of an electric guitar in place to help build up that tension. So I think it works really well within my short film. Another program I use and have previously used before was Lifetype, which is what I use to create the titles for the title sequence and the credits at the end as well. I've had previous experience of this, so I found it very easy to do, just to type in the name. I didn't use any fancy motions to move in and move out, because I felt this would take away the simplicity of what my film was trying to achieve. I didn't want to overcomplicate things and make it look less professional than what it would be if I didn't have any movement for the titles, and just kept it plain and simple, black and white, and monochrome feel, which went throughout the film in the title sequence and the credits at the end. And Lifetype was a very useful tool for creating these titles, and I felt very confident in doing so. I also looked at other people's blogs, because I had to blog throughout the whole process to see what an example of blog is like, what I should be aiming to achieve with my blog. The blog that I've used has really helped me a lot through all of my stages of research, planning, my actual production and my evaluation. It's where I've recorded all of my thoughts and my opinions, and from using it last year I felt really confident in using it, and I've also used it regularly, not just to create little snippets to say how I'm doing, but also to really evaluate what I'm doing. And I've also included screenshots and uploaded them, and I've also uploaded videos to show the audience just what my feelings are at this present stage in time and what I'm thinking of doing next. I've also recorded my problems and my limitations in it as well, and by reading my blog when I was doing my production and also my evaluation, I've been able to realise where things went wrong, what I could have improved on, what worked really well, etc. So I'm really proud of my blog, and I feel it's one of the media technologies that I'm really confident with. As the blog includes every post that I've posted from the beginning of this project right to the very end, it's been easy because it's all very organised. I know where everything is if I need to turn to something to look at what I thought of previously, and it's a good track record. I've also uploaded different shots into the blog, such as when I did my questionnaire and I got my results, I created the data into pie charts and bar graphs, and I posted this on my blog. And I can when I was doing my production, I could clearly look back on it, and my planning, I could clearly look back on it and see what was in favour and what wasn't, rather than just looking at a sheet of paper and saying yes or no. If I did a chart and posted it on my blog, I could easily refer back to it whenever I wanted to and see what were the positive and favourable decisions made by my target audience, so it's really helpful. And in the planning stages, I had to produce a storyboard, which then went into an animatic. This is what I primarily use iMovie for, to create a short animatic. This is when I also created 2 animatics, one without a soundtrack and one with a soundtrack, and I posted both of these onto my blog to see for myself which I thought would go better, and obviously I chose number 2.